Freaking in it, baby. We live. Forever to jump in here for a second. You guys are having an excellent. Was it Thursday? Thursday, baby. Let's go. You guys are having an excellent Thursday so far. Got some stuff to cover today. I'm gonna be rocking it out. Got a little strategy for you guys today that I'm pretty stoked on. I want to share with you. So let's go ahead and jump into it. What are we changing? What's new? What are we changing? What's new in life? Well, we're changing a little bit of the content strategy that we're rolling out for the rest of this year. So the last month of the year, and then going into next year. I'm going to share my screen just to make things extremely simple for you guys. There's a couple things that we're going to be kind of rolling through today. So the first thing is going to be on the YouTube side, of course. So when it comes to, let's do a little copy paste here, our 2023 lead gen strategy. Okay. I'm going to give you guys like a high level view of kind of what we're going to be doing. But first, I want to talk about YouTube and what we're changing on the YouTube side of things. Going to be some different things happening here, and really, this is like obviously going on multiple platforms. So if you're tuning in from Facebook, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, what's up? But essentially, I guess like before this even happens, right? Before YouTube even happens, we have the live stream aspect, right? And this arrow doesn't really go that way, but we have the live stream. Okay. And the live stream goes out onto YouTube. It goes out onto Twitter. It goes out onto LinkedIn. Oops, that didn't copy. It goes out onto LinkedIn. And it also goes to Facebook. This is like a micro aspect of the strategy that we're kind of implementing on the organic side, but just know like the live stream goes to all these places. Okay. Let's drag this down here. Live stream and live stream. Boom. Cool with that? Sweet. Because I'm cool with that as well. So this is essentially where things are going currently and kind of what we're up to. And if you're in chat, say what's up. Let me pull it up real quick on my end. Yo, this did just start. I just jumped straight into it, Michael. So yeah. Wait, new IG handle. What do you mean? Oh, it's Miro God. I got you. Miro God. At Miro God Kobayashi. So basically what I'm covering so far is just a little lead gen strategy that we're going to be running out on organic, but I want to fill you guys in on some changes that are going to be happening. So the live stream goes out YouTube, goes out Twitter, goes out LinkedIn, goes out on Facebook. All right, we use the Restream app to do this. Okay, so Restream, no plug here at all, but this is where it goes out to. Okay, so live stream on Restream, filters out to YouTube, Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook. Okay, now we are going to be introducing 3 new concepts, and by new I mean some of them are new and some of them aren't, with the live stream. Okay. And these are the different concepts that we're going to be running through. Let's make these a different color. Ew, I don't like that color. Let's make it gray for now. Okay. Because I kind of noticed that agency therapy kind of changed a little bit, right? And I want to bring it back to its original format, which was the whole point was to help agency owners. And it's kind of moved into what we would consider a interview format. So like Michael, you were on last or yesterday, right? And so the live stream format has shifted kind of away from its original concept of agency therapy, which was the whole goal was to help agency owners, right? And to allow people to come in, get help, ask questions, all that good stuff. So we're bringing back the original format of agency therapy. Okay. So that will be a new thing, okay, that we're kind of like rolling back into, and you guys will have a good understanding of which ones are which, and that will be on a regular cadence. So we will book that on a regular cadence, and that will be something normal that happens. That way you know when to show up for these sessions. Okay. So that'll be agency therapy. Now, the other thing on this side is going to be the interview side. Okay. And the interview side, I can't remember what exactly we were going to call it. I have it on my notebook here. Let me look at it. Hold on. It's somewhere here. No, here it is. Okay. So the interview segment. So when you guys, when we have agency owners on, when we have other people on, we're gonna make it a little bit more broad because sometimes we're not gonna have agency owners on. It's gonna be more of an interview podcast style of the live stream. But here's the key: is it's going to be live stream. It's not going to be pre-recorded. Everything will be live, and you have the opportunity to ask these people questions as they're coming in, which is kind of cool. Yo, what's up, Sam? What up, Kevin? Hope you guys are doing well. So bringing back the OG agency therapy, and we're also going to be launching into the Exchange Live. Okay, and that is going to be the interview segment of our live streams, right? So when we interview people, when we bring on other agency owners, other business owners, and we're going to expand outside of just the agency space, going to try and get some awesome guests on our on the live stream, and that will be live. You'll have the opportunity to come in, ask those people questions, and maybe even join us during that live stream. So the Exchange Live. Okay, and that will be pre-scheduled as well. And then the last segment, which this is one of those segments today, is called the Watch Me. Okay, Watch Me Live. And this is also live, right? Okay, and the Watch Me Live is essentially me going in on some sort of topic. Okay, in agency therapy, I'm sure we'll bring some sort of topics in at a certain point in time, right? Just to fill a little bit of the time. But the Watch Me Live is like specifically dedicated to show you like part of the strategy that we're implementing in our own business that you can go and take away and implement into your business, right? So stuff that we're doing. So like right now, I'm showing you the exact strategy that we're implementing for our organic strategy in 2023 and how it's going to evolve over the next, 3, 6, 12 months, whatever it is. Okay. And so that is the Watch Me Live segment. Okay. And that's what today is essentially. So you guys are watching me live right now, showing you exactly how we're building out some of the systems. And honestly, like we might actually build out like this is something that I haven't even built out before. So I'm just conceptualizing it for the first time, and I'm generating these ideas kind of as we go. So, but this has kind of been in my head for a long time of like, hey, this live stream, we're going to have 3 different segments on the live stream. We're going to have Agency Therapy Live, the Exchange Live, Watch Me Live. Okay. And each of those are going to be slightly different. Okay. So hopefully that's making sense so far. And it'll get live streamed onto YouTube, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Facebook. So it's going to all those places currently. If that's making sense, give me a little thumbs up in the chat. Okay. Now from here, obviously, like this is one segment of the strategy that we run. Okay. And so for this, these are all traffic sources here. Okay. So let me just make that very clear. We have a bunch of different traffic sources that we're running. For leads. Okay. So our ability to generate leads comes from these traffic sources. And these are not the only traffic sources that we're currently running, but this is part of it. Okay. So all of these are traffic sources. So YouTube, Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook. Okay. Now we also have other traffic sources as well. On the Facebook side, we also have a Facebook group. Okay. So that's a segment as well, which we're revitalizing the Facebook group. And honestly, what I'm going to put here for now is community, because we're not 100% sure where we want to host a free community at. Like right now we have a Discord, we have a Facebook group, and all of them are kind of dead when it comes to the actual engagement inside of those groups. So we're not 100% sure where we want to put the community at. We have yet to make a decision, but when we do, we'll let everyone know. Okay, so that's one of the areas. Okay, we're posting content on Twitter as well. So this is not just the live stream that's on Twitter. It's also going to be our regular posts. Same thing with LinkedIn, Facebook. Okay, all of these have regular posts that we're normally doing inside of this. Okay, now the live stream that goes out on YouTube, okay, will eventually get segmented into short form content, and we're also going to get segmented into long form content. Okay, what do we mean by that exactly? Well, on the long form content side, podcast. Okay, so the Exchange Live that we're running will get turned into a podcast. It doesn't make much sense for Agency Therapy Live or Watch Me Live to go into a podcast, but when we're interviewing people, it makes a lot of sense for us to turn that into a podcast, and that's currently happening right now. So all of the recent interviews are all getting transitioned into a podcast. Also, when we post this video, we can take this live stream of like the Watch Me Live or Agency Therapy Live and actually make a solid 8 to 10 minute video from this. Okay. And this is probably more of like an instructional video, okay, that we're going to be dropping in here. So that long form content that's coming from the live stream, because this is obviously long form, because like these live streams are normally an hour and a half, 2 hours, something along those lines. We're going to be taking this into some sort of long form content. Okay. So posting it as a podcast. And if it's not going as a podcast, it'll go out as like an 8 to 10 minute video. So what we'll be able to do is we'll be able to cut some of the fluff from here, right? Because obviously it takes me a second to type this out. You guys are seeing it live, of course, but it takes me a second to like type this stuff out. Okay. We can segment this into a more concise video that's 8 to 10 minutes long, a little bit more impact driven, right? So that's the long form content that will get posted from this. Now, in the short form content, of course, we have Reels, we have TikTok, TikTok, and we have Shorts. Those are the main ones. I think there's like other platforms that also do this. I think Twitter now has one, I think. But this is the main focus, all right? Reels, TikTok, Shorts. This is how we're going to be chopping up from the live stream through YouTube into short form content. Okay, so, and I'm going to bold this because this is just a segment of these, and then this is the traffic source. Hopefully that's making sense so far, right? And when it comes to traffic sources, we also have a few other things that we're going to be dumping into these traffic sources. So keep that top of mind for just a second. But down here, I want to show you one thing. Okay. Something that lines up kind of congruently with all of these traffic sources are what we call free resources. Okay. And free resources are an entry point to get into our ecosystem a little bit deeper. Okay. And these free resources, they might look like something, and maybe you've downloaded one of our free resources in the past. Maybe you've downloaded, what color do we want to roll with here? Let's get a little blue action going in there. Okay. Maybe you've downloaded our impact planner. Okay. Maybe you've downloaded our 7-figure calculator. Maybe you've downloaded our case study templates. Maybe it was we offered you a free sales call review. This isn't launched yet. This is something that we are going to do at some point in time. Maybe it's the selling strategy. So all free resources that lead us back all the way over here to our traffic source. Okay. And we could drag this out here. Okay. So free resource gets dumped into the traffic sources. A lot of this actually goes through Twitter. So that's like the main place that it goes. And we do a lot of free resources through Twitter. But it doesn't mean that it can't also go out on LinkedIn, Facebook, and our communities, all of that good stuff. This needs to go down here as well. Okay. So it's free resources go back, okay, into all of these channels, right? And essentially what happens from these free resources is that we get an opt-in, okay? Of some sort, okay? So a lot of times we're collecting emails for this free resource that we're collecting, okay? So all of these, in order to download any of these, we're going to be asking you for something. Can't have it for free. There's got to be a little something attached to it. So we're going to be asking you for some sort of opt-in here. Okay. And I feel like curvy lines is the way to go here. Wow, look at that. How beautiful. Okay. So opt-in is what we're going for with these free resources. And then the free resources lead us What do our free resources lead into, Michael? What do you think? What do you think? You guessed it. Email automation nurture sequence. Correct, Michael. Very good. Nice job. Okay. Email automation nurture sequence. Okay. That's what it goes into. Right. And then from that email automation sequence, what happens? Okay. Well, let's go back to purple here. Okay. Oh, call booking. Okay. That's the goal, right? And it goes to a call booking page, or they find a link somehow to book a call with us, whether that's through our website, right? Whether that's through the email automation, right? And so the whole idea behind this is all of these sources, no matter what, they all, and let me move this real quick. I'm going to segment this a little bit better. Okay, I'll move this up here. Okay, all of these here, and let's do, we're going to do a nice little curvy line here, make these curvy. If you guys haven't learned this trick in Miro yet, this will change your life right here. Check this out. Ready? 3, 2, 1, highlight, and then change. Okay. All of these are going to lead into a call booking page. Okay. And that's the whole goal behind this, right? And that's why we do all of this content. That's why we do all of the free resources, is so we can at least book a call, right? Yeah. That's exactly what you're gonna say, Michael, right? So the call booking page is the goal with all of these free resources. All of the traffic that we're trying to drive is to try to get them into a call booking. And then from there, from that call booking, okay, we're gonna collect a survey from them as well. Okay. And really the survey is filled out beforehand, but I'm not gonna reorganize this. So survey, and then obviously a confirmed booking. Okay. Yeah, you spend way too much time on the aesthetics, right? That's okay though. It looks cool though when you're done, and by the time you have all the aesthetics down, it's like really clean and concise. Okay, so essentially, this is what the lead gen strategy kind of looks like for 2023. Now, this is the organic side. Okay, this is only a piece of the pie. Okay, organic. Okay, this is just the organic side. We also have a cold strategy that we're implementing as well. We just have one cold strategy that we're implementing, so this is going to be outbound. Okay. The outbound strategy is relatively simple, and it's just using LinkedIn. Okay. And we send LinkedIn outbound DMs. Okay. This is through Sales Navigator. Okay. But basically, we send one message, and I made a YouTube video about this that release. If you guys haven't seen it, go check it out. But essentially, the outbound message is relatively simple. Just talks about how we're collecting data for a survey. Okay, data survey. And through that data collection, essentially what we're kind of trying to figure out is like, hey, where are agency owners spending their time, or to make it a little bit more applicable to what you guys do. Maybe it's, hey, where are contractors spending their time during Q1 of 2023? Maybe it's where are brands, e-com brands, spending their time during 2023, right? And so we're collecting data for an actual survey or a study that we're going to publish at some point in time. Normally what we do is we accumulate 3 months of data, and then from there we post a study, we publish a study on where agency owners, where contractors, where brands are currently spending their time during 2023. And so through that, it makes a really easy one-liner. I'll kind of give you guys the script that we use here laid out for you. It's relatively simple, but hey, I know this is random. You seemed the right person to reach out to for this. I'm conducting research on where agency owners are currently spending their time during Q3, or actually Q1 of 2023. Anyone nice enough to respond to our survey, we will send you the study when published. Okay, something along those lines. I don't think that's word for word what we use, but it's pretty damn close, right? So, hey, I know this is random, but you seem like the right person to reach out for this. I'm conducting research on where agency owners are currently spending their time during Q1 of 2023. Anyone nice enough to respond to our survey, we'll send you the study when published. Okay. And we're getting a lot of responses from this, right? And in the responses that we're kind of getting go down a lot of pain points, right? So this drives a lot of pain points. That's a really big box. I don't want that big of a box. Okay. So this is driving pain points for the people that we're sending it out to, right? We're getting responses such as, hey Josh, like I'm currently struggling with lead generation, been trying to figure it out for the longest time. We're spending a lot of time trying to figure out how to get more leads. Or hey, we're trying to spend more time cracking sales. Like we're getting leads booked on calls, but they're unqualified maybe, or they're not necessarily ready to pull the trigger. So we're trying to figure out our sales system. Or hey Josh, like we have plenty of sales and stuff. It's like we're trying to figure out systems right now. It's like the team seems scattered, they seem unorganized. We're trying to figure out exactly how to get our operation tidy, right? So they're giving us the pain points before anything, like before any conversation is really happening, right? And so what we can often do from this pain point, check this out, right? And this is why we build out free resources, or what we consider like front end products, okay, is that we'll send them one of these based off their pain point, right? So if the pain point is kind of what they're looking for, okay, we will send them a free resource, okay? And if it's not a free resource, it's a couple different things, okay? It's some quick tips, or it's a, hey, we see this all the time with agencies, and we fix it for quite a few of them. Why don't we book a call? Chat about it. Okay. And at that point, we can go in for a booked call. So that is essentially what we're doing on the outbound side. This is the only outbound channel that we're currently running. We're not running email. We're not running any type of Instagram DMs. This is strictly for LinkedIn because we could find the personas that we're looking for pretty much instantly, right? So we can go into LinkedIn Navigator or Sales Navigator and be able to pull the exact people, agency owners that we're looking for. You can pull brand owners, right? Like you can really define who it is that you're going to be sending messages out to. And currently, we have this automated, right? So we have VAs that are running this for us. So we don't run this personally. At a certain point in time, if the conversation goes a little bit deeper and we do need to step in, we'll go ahead and step in under our profile names. But as of right now, we do have VAs currently running this system. So hopefully that makes sense so far. Okay. And then the one area that I'm like, we're still trying to figure out, we're still trying to crack, it's going to be the paid ads segment. Okay. So paid ads. This is not something that we are leaning too far into, but what I can tell you that we're doing on here is retargeting. Okay. We're not trying to get new traffic from this. A lot of times we're just going to be retargeting people that have been through, say, our funnel, have been through our email list, right? So people that have engaged with us, we're simply using paid ads to retarget them. And it's a very omni-channel approach to, our strategy of like, hey, we're trying to retarget these people that have engaged with us at some point in time and trying to get them to eventually book a call with us, right? And so that's essentially the entire strategy. We're going organic, outbound, and paid ads. The outbound strategy is extremely simple. It takes very little time and effort to actually set up. It's just a matter of actually doing the work itself. So if you're having a hard time with leads currently, this is a great place to start. It doesn't cost really anything until you get a VA. Like you can do 25 outreaches a day within an hour if you need to. right? So you could send 25 outreaches pretty easily. Once you get a good system around it, then go ahead and delegate it to a VA. It's once again extremely cheap to go ahead and do that. And then from there, on the organic side, that's where we're spending a lot of our time, effort, and energy right now, is putting out a strategy around the organic side. So if you're just joining us, yo, what it do, baby? Andrew Deitch in the building. I just went over our entire organic strategy for 2023, so you should go back and rewatch it. Maybe you guys can take a little segment from this for media marketing. But essentially, the high level of it is that everything that we're doing currently kind of builds off of the live stream. So the live stream will filter into YouTube, Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook community. And then from there, we will go ahead and segment those into short form and long form content, whether that's podcast, 8 to 10 minute instructional videos, reels, TikTok shorts. Boom, baby. It's all good stuff. So go back, rewatch that if you need it. That is essentially what we are doing on the lead gen strategy front. That's what we're changing. So once again, if you guys are just joining us, we are changing the live stream setup. So this is what we would consider a watch me live. So you guys will watch me explain something. And if you guys have questions, of course, we will answer them. Yo, Coach Cam in the building, bro, the value. Dude, you're the man. I love you. The Exchange Live, where we actually interview people, okay? And then Agency Therapy Live, taking it back to the roots of agency therapy, which is to actually help other agency owners build their business, right? So we'll bring that back as well. So and you guys will have a good indication of which one's which. I don't know how we're going to market exactly. I don't know if it'll be necessarily in the thumbnail or if it's going to be in the title itself, but we will segment those on the organic strategy front. But just wanted to share with you guys like some of the changes that we're doing, how much effort that we're actually putting into organic strategy this year. So just a quick tidbit there. The other part that I wanted to chat about today is like the style of content that we're going to be posting. We're changing things just slightly. I think the current status of organic content is kind of oversaturated with the Hormozi style type video. And we've talked about this before, and I've chatted with everyone from Andrew on this to Foz, not Foz, Oz at Kaizen. Like I've talked to quite a few people about this, about changing the strategy. And so essentially what we've been doing is kind of building out a new way to create content and deliver content to you guys. And that's why we haven't been posting a ton recently, is because like we've been trying to conceptualize how exactly do we want to deliver content in a very different way. And so for us, like we've been doing things like building out our own overlays. So if you guys saw one of our most recent posts, it was like for my 31st birthday or whatever, but like we want things that turn heads, right? Like, so if you guys have seen this one, okay, we actually made this overlay. This is not an overlay that that you can just download from anywhere. Like I bought this TV, we took photos of it, and we designed an overlay specifically for us. And so for us, like we're leaning very hard into like a specific type of brand presence. So the brand presence that you're going to start seeing from us is going to be very retro, like 90s. So you're going to see like a lot of things around like VHS tapes and like VHS players, kind of like this one. We're going like more of the retro style. So if you guys are familiar with Ezco at all, we got his entire pack, and he has like a very retro 90s style of editing. So we're going to be leaning more into that side. We're going to make things just different. Right? We have to stand out, especially nowadays when everyone is posting the same type of content. We need to make ours slightly different, right? And so this is the style that we're going with right now. And if you guys haven't seen this reel, it's essentially just the just a recap of what happened over the past year. But this is the style that we're kind of going towards. It's going to be a little bit more gritty, grainy. It's going to stand out compared to a lot of the organic content that you guys have seen so far. So this is kind of what we're gravitating towards, and we're going to actually be selling this overlay at a certain point in time. But what we're doing currently is we just ordered a bunch of VHS tapes, and we're going to make about probably 30 to 40 different styles of overlays, where it'll be like this setting exactly, but we'll have like different types of VHS tapes overlapped on it, right? So like for different holidays. So like we'll have like the Santa Claus, for example, if you guys have seen that movie before, like on a VHS tape, and it'll be like laying on top of the TV. So it's like more of like a holiday type overlay, right? And we'll bring in some I don't know, Christmas lights, whatever. right? And then from there, we'll have other ones like other types of videos like Independence Day, all of these like famous movies from the 90s to kind of like have a different change of pace for the overlay, right? So an example of how we're kind of changing things. The other thing that we're doing is like we're giving a sneak peek at what's happening for the month. So if you guys follow along with this at all, hey, YouTube releases, this is what we're having, agency therapy guests, this is what we're doing. Okay, so it kind of gives you an idea of what's coming up in the month, and we're gonna almost treat it like a production, like an actual TV production, right? So uh, you know, where we're kind of going with that is like, hey, here's what you can expect from us over the next month. Like, you should subscribe, that way you don't miss anything, right? So we had Michael on this month, we had John, Rush, Ray, all those guys came on in the month of November to the live stream. It's like, cool, like we want people to get engaged, we want people to know who's coming on, and what content we plan on releasing in the month of November, right? And we have one coming out for the month of December. I think sometime today. It should be wrapping up, if I'm not mistaken. So that kind of gives you guys an idea of like where we're going with content. We have to stand out, right? Because if we just go, to the home screen, hopefully nothing crazy pops up on my home screen, right? We have love Eric Foss, by the way. Dude crushes. Give him a little like here. But if you scroll down this, you're going to notice that these are the types of videos that we're seeing constantly, right? And no shade at anyone that's producing this type of content, but it is starting to become noise, right? And so we do have to stand out just a little bit. There's Mr. Andrew. What up, Dell? All right. So we do have to stand out a little bit from what's currently being produced. Okay. Because this is now, unfortunately, becoming noise. Okay. So with that being said, hopefully you guys can take a little bit from that and be able to actually produce some content that will stand out, right? And be a little bit more genuine to your brand, your personality. Let me know if that makes sense. Cool. What questions do you guys have, or if any questions? And if not, that's totally okay. But I wanted to share with you guys a little bit of what's going on our end when it comes to the content that we'll be producing, and where a lot of my time, effort, and energy is going to be going over the next 6 to 12 months. Like, this is what I'm leaning into extremely heavily. And then obviously we have some other marketing efforts that my partner Nicholas is taking over. But if you guys have questions on that, drop them in chat real quick. If not, then we'll end the stream and you guys can have the rest of your day. It's a quick one today, but that's all right. We have fun with it. Cool. No questions. Love it. Well, if you guys do have questions, you know where to find me: Instagram, Twitter, wherever. Shoot me a DM, shoot me a message. A lot of you guys have my phone number. So hit me up if you guys have questions on this specific strategy. Would be happy to dive in further with you if you do have questions. But love the content coming in episodes and seasons. Yeah, absolutely. So essentially how we're doing the seasons, or how we're laying out the seasons, is going to be the season will cover a quarter, right? So it'll cover 3 months. So we're going to be launching season 1 was Q4 of this year. So it was September, October, or October, November, December. Okay. So October, November, December was season 1. And we gave it a name, Raising a Hydra. And so that was the entire concept of season 1 of Raising a Hydra, right? And it will evolve. It will get better as we continue to do it, and we'll get more consistent, and we'll be able to add more content in as the content team grows. But that is the essentially the concept behind it. Is like one season encapsulates a quarter, right? So season 2 launches January 1st. Okay, so you guys will see season 2 coming out then. But we have to wrap up season 1, which is December. And what's great about it is we already shot all the content. So how we're doing this is we're filming it ahead of time. So we're shooting all of December's content in November. So all of December's content's already shot. It's just being edited currently. So we will start the process of editing new content or ideating new content actually this week. Cam, tips for local businesses shooting content to make us stand out more. Yeah, man. I mean, here's the thing: is like you have to be true to their brand, right? So that's the hard thing, is like we see so much inspiration out there already. It's hard to not just like take other people's ideas, which is totally fine. I don't think there's necessarily anything to do, like anything wrong with that, but understand the persona, understand who their audience actually is, and speak to that audience versus just seeing like a trend that you saw on TikTok or trend that you saw on Instagram, and you're just rolling with that, right? Like it has to be true to your brand. It has to be true to who you are as a creator. It has to be true to the brand that you're servicing. Okay, so I would highly recommend doing more diligence on the brand persona side of like who they actually are, right? And be true to that brand and create ideas specifically around that. The organized content structure is so important. 100%, man. Got to stay organized. If you guys don't stay organized, if you're not planning ahead of time, a lot of times it's like more like knee jerk reaction content. You can kind of feel when it's not genuine to who you are. So plan ahead of time. Get ahead of these things. Like we planned this one out, and obviously, like I've been working on this for some time now. This is not the first time that I just like laid this out on paper. We've been working on this specific strategy for 6 months now, right? There was a certain point in time where we were doing the Hormozi style content where I was like, it just doesn't feel right. It just doesn't feel genuine, right? So that's where we had to make a shift internally. And I was like, we have to do something different. We have to be ahead of the game. We have to be ahead of the curve. We have to do something that speaks to us specifically, right? So hopefully that makes sense for you guys. If you have any questions, hit me up. I hope you guys have an awesome rest of the week. Happy Thursday. Don't do anything too crazy. Welcome to December, baby. Q4. Great time to make content. Much love. We'll see you in the next one.